Okay guys, it's me, Nermin Duke again, bringing you a second part of my video review of Mount & Blade with Fire and Sword, the latest episode in the Mount & Blade series. Now this is a campaign game. I'm presently chasing these bandits, and let me pause the thing for a second. Okay, so as you can see, the campaign map is pretty much identical to the original games one. It's very bland, and it's supposed to represent the historical Eastern Europe, but I can't really say if this is really accurate, because what I see is that it's just a flat this flat land all over the map. I can't really distinguish a geography. I think this thing here, where is it? It's supposed to be the Red Sea, but I don't know really. And another thing, besides the fact that I completely forgot how to move the camera. Okay, here is it. Another thing is that the game plays pretty much in an identical way to Mount & Blade Warband, or even the original Mount & Blade. For example, you get quests which are exactly the same as in the original Mount & Blade. You have to deliver messages, bring goods to villages, hunt down bandits, you know the drill. So this is pretty much the same, and some things are also imported straight from the medieval Mount & Blade. For example, when you enter a castle or a city, you have the option to go to the Lord's Hall, but of course there's no Lord Hall in the 16th century. They got pretty nice apartments, but still this doesn't really feel good. And another not so cool thing is that in this game you can't recruit from villages. You have to go to mercenary camps. Every nation has one. I just left. Yeah, I'm sorry for his lag, by the way. This is the Russian mercenary camp. You can recruit mercenaries from here. Now, they're not as expensive as in the original Mount & Blade, of course, because they are like your only source of troops. Of course, I can't find myself again. Basically, those places are your only source of troops for like all the time that you're not a member of a faction. When you're a member of a faction, you can actually, recruit. You can actually recruit from villages, but until that time, you're forced to recruit mercenaries. Now, this is a European mercenary rifleman recruit. It costs like 4 thalers per week, so it's not very expensive. The experienced guys cost a little bit more. This is for example, this is a mercenary cavalryman, which costs like 45, which is 10 times as much, and experienced rifleman is 13. So these guys can really become quite expensive. I don't know yet how the recruits from villages are, because I can't really I didn't have them yet, but still I do recruit them. And of course you can have companions, like in the original game. You can talk with them, they can show you their equipment. For some unknown reason they all got better equipment than you. Because my equipment sucks. It really sucks. And this is some equipment I found after a battle, so you can get these things too. And one kind of crappy thing is that the loot doesn't really correspond to what the opponent was wearing. For example, I fought a band of deserters which had pikemen in them. Now, pikemen had body armor, but I found no body armor on the drops, so this is kind of frustrating, particularly since things seem pretty expensive in this game, but you can't just earn enough money. Now let me show you a battle in the campaign map. I will be chasing these bandits. As you can see, I got many more of them than them. And one thing that I don't really understand is how speed is calculated in this game, because like in previous Mount & Blade games it was, I believe, the average speed of your army, which really doesn't make any sense, because you should be this lowest speed. There's no way an infantry army could get to move faster if you just have some cavalrymen in them, but still. But in this map I try to keep a balance between cavalry and infantry. In fact, I have much more infantry than cavalry, and I recruited much more infantry than cavalry in my latest visit to a mercenary camp, but still I get faster. I don't know how. In any case, let's fight with bandits. As you can see, I got many troops. This is campaign map. As you can see, it's pretty much the campaign map and battle map is pretty much identical, as you can see. You can give the same orders. They're really the same. Now, giving orders in battle is much more important in this game than in previous Mount & Blade episodes. You can't just send your cavalry to charge and wipe the opposition out. Now, one thing what I usually do is to just order my men to hold position, fire some shots. You can reload your pistol from horseback, as you can see. These are my men. Get some infantrymen, some cav. And cavalry is pretty hard to control, particularly if you're mounted riflemen like these guys, because they consider cavalry, so you have to order them around like cavalry, but still I find it quite awkward. Oh, I'm getting shot. And now I usually order, you know, the infantry to advance like 10 paces, so that we're actually in front of my musketeers. And oh yeah, one nice bag is this. As you can see, these guys are supposed to be Muscovite mercenary riflemen. Now, do these look like riflemen to you? Because they don't look like riflemen to me. They look like archers. And so this is kind of ridiculous. I think I'll dismount because I feel like a pretty good target for those musketeers. And basically many battles are gonna be fought like this. So I think I should just, you know, order my infantry and my cavalry to charge, because the opponent only got musketeers now. I will go back on my horse. And yeah, it's much more important to order your men around in this game, like in previous, you know, Mount & Blade games. But one thing is that the artificial intelligence is amazingly stupid, even more than in custom battles. Because, for example, if you leave your men without orders, you'll have your cavalry just charge pikes head on and stay still and die. Which is, of course, kinda crappy. Let's see if I can get this guy. I think I'll just, you know, go for my lance and stab this guy in the back. No, I can't. Oh, right, he fled. Oh, well, that sucks. As usual, you can equip many weapons. You can have up to 4 weapons, or bullets, shields, whatever. So there is one. I only lost one more recruit, one rifleman. And this is the loot. As you can see, it's pretty crappy. And I have my inventory full, so I gain some ridiculous amount of money, some level up men, like my companion, or some horsemen, some riflemen, you know, some infantry as well. And one thing that I noticed is that units really level up, you know, kind of slowly. In previous Mount & Blade game, well, of course these guys are mercenaries, so they start at a higher level. But I remember in previous Mount & Blade games, when you recruited from the villages, you got like whole your army leveling up to the first battle. So, and let's see if we can catch these looters. We see routed enemies. I think I forgot to take prisoners in the previous battle. So basically, the game in the campaign plays pretty much like in the original game. So again, this game is like a big modification of Mount & Blade more than a new game. And again, as I told you in my previous video, I find quite weird that you know that basically you have to pay $15 to buy this thing. Let me just camp on this hill. Actually, camping is quite an effective strategy in this game. And another not so cool thing is that, you know, as I told you, you have to join a faction to recruit from villages, but oh, one of my companion killed some guy. But you can't really, you know, it's very hard to join a faction. In Mount & Blade it was pretty easy. You just have to find some lord interested in mercenaries, and then you just became a mercenary, and it was done. And also another not so cool thing is that for some unknown reason, like the behavior of faction in way factions behave, you know, with you, it's kind of weird because, for example, I did nothing, absolutely nothing to upset Sweden, and yet for some unknown reason, from a moment to the other one, all Sweden wanted me dead, and this is absurd and kind of ridiculous. So this battle was pretty easy. My men were so much more than my opponents, but as you've seen, it took a lot of shots to take down those looters, because the artificial intelligence men are like a terrible aim, really terrible. And these are my so-called riflemen, of course. Muscovite mercenary riflemen? Yeah, because they are archers. This is ridiculous. Yeah, of course the loot is ridiculous as well. Got some ridiculous amount of money, some ridiculous experience. Yeah, sometimes in the campaign things can be pretty frustrating, you know, when you try to gain experience but you can't. And let me show you something. I don't know if I can actually do this mercenary camp, but we shall see. Okay, this is how the mercenary camp screen looks like. You can go to a mercenary campaign, captain, and you get this pretty useless window telling you that yeah, you found it. So this is the Cossack mercenaries. Here you can hire, you know, soldiers. You can choose infantry, cavalry, or marksmen. You also change your man's equipment, which is kind of cool. But of course, I have no Cossacks mercenaries, so maybe that's the reason I cannot re-equip them. So let's try to go back to the Russian mercenary camp, if I can find it, of course. So I have no guy. Or were these guys Polish? No, they were Moscovites. So here's a mercenary camp. I'm gonna go there and see if I can actually change my equipment. So yeah, in the Moscovite mercenary camp I can actually change my man's equipment. As you can see, you can choose into a better armor. Of course you get nothing. And let's see if you can actually get some long range weapons. Nothing. Let's see if there's something for my cavalry, for my infantry. No. Okay, you get absolutely nothing, probably because I don't have the money, so. But yeah, but still, you can change your man's equipment in this game, which is a, you know, a good thing, in my opinion. Fortunately, of course, you have to remember when you recruit your mercenaries, and sometimes you will have to move to, you know, ride around the map quite a lot. And this is yet another problem of this game, which was actually still, you know, present in other Mount & Blade games, which is sometimes you just wander aimlessly through the map, trying to get in some fight, like with bandits or things like that. But of course, many times you can't just get them because they're faster than you and they run away, and so it can get pretty frustrating. So again, this game may be cool if you liked, you know, if you liked Mount & Blade. I'm on the edge of a map, but I don't really think it's worth its price. I mean, probably it's not worth the full $15. The price, at least, not for the campaign, and most definitely not for custom battles, because both these modes are really just the same as the Mount & Blade Warband, and sometimes they're even worse. Like the artificial intelligence really interacts kind of badly with this kind of warfare. It was good enough in Mount & Blade Warband because you get your Swedian cavalry and you just charged with them and they killed everything. But in this game it's kind of different, and I don't think it's a good thing. So I hope you enjoyed the second part of this review. Thank you for watching. Ciao ragazzi!